So you've been thinking about buying a house and you've heard of something called earnest money. If you're wondering what that is and how not to lose it, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you that right now. So you've been thinking about buying a home and you've heard about earnest money and you're wondering, what is that and how do I not lose it? So today I'm going to talk to you about what it is, when it's turned in, who holds the earnest money, and the reasons why you could either get it back or lose it. And also a little tip or trick for using earnest money to actually help you win offers. So let's talk about what earnest money is. Earnest money is also called good faith money. And you can almost look at it like a deposit. So let's say that you find a house you like and you've written an offer and the seller has decided to accept your offer. Then at that point, that is when the earnest money would be due. And here in Indiana, it can be held by the listing agent's brokerage or the title company. A lot of places are moving towards letting the title company hold it. So it is a third party that would hold the money during the time that you have the house under contract until you close. And so let's talk about a couple reasons why you may or may not be able to get your earnest money back. Once you go under contract to purchase a home, you have what's called an inspection period or a due diligence period. And this is the time that you would bring in an inspector or contractors to look at the home and just make sure that there's no major defects or anything going on with the house that you could not see by just going in and looking around at it. You also have an appraisal contingency. If you are using a loan and you're not a cash buyer, then your bank will require an appraisal. So let's talk about appraisals for a second. If the appraisal comes in low and they don't want to lower the price, that would be a reason why you would get earnest money back. Or let's say that you lose your job during the time that you are trying to get this house and you can't get approved for financing, then the seller would have to let you out of the contract and give you your earnest money back. Or let's say that you found major defects or things wrong with the inspection. At that point, you would have to give the seller an opportunity or ask them to do those repairs. Or if they don't want to do that, they can say no, but here's your earnest money back. Let's cancel the contract. Let's do a mutual release and part ways. But let's say that you're in your inspection period and everything's great with the house. You don't find anything wrong and you just decide, well, I don't know, I've kind of changed my mind, or I'm getting cold feet and I don't think I want to move forward. That would be the point where you could possibly lose your earnest money. One little thing I like to throw out there is you do want to make sure you're working with a good agent though, because you want to make sure that they are on top of it and you're meeting all of your contractual deadlines, because if you miss certain deadlines, you could also lose your earnest money for that. So just make sure you're working with someone who's going to keep you on track and not put your earnest money at risk. So a big question that I get from people is this an additional fee or is this something that is part of the down payment? So your earnest money actually is applied towards the money that you're putting down towards the house. So it is not an additional fee. It's something that you're either paying up front or you're paying on the back end. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you're getting towards the time to close and the lender and the title get all the numbers worked out, and normally you would be bringing $5,000 to the closing table to close the loan. And you've put down $1,000 in earnest money. In this case, then you would only be bringing $4,000 to closing because you already put the $1,000 down up front. Which brings me to my tip or my trick with earnest money. Earnest money is something that a buyer can use to help make their offer stand out or show seriousness. And in this crazy market where it's a little bit hard to win deals sometimes for buyers, that is a little trick that you can use. There are a lot of strategies to be used, but that is something that I will advise buyers, if they have the money to put down up front as earnest money, if it's going to be paid in the back end or it's going to be paid in the front end, why not use it as a tool to help you win the offer, to help you win the house? So just a little tip for you there on how to use earnest money to your advantage. If you found this video was helpful to you, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more buyer tips and tricks. Thanks for watching.